What up, everyone? Shark here. Got an awesome 1v1 for you today on Twin Beaches. Playing as allies, we have Seocheon, otherwise known as Seo, using the US forces, not doing Pathfinder spam, which is awesome. And he's up against Havoc, a guy who needs no introduction, ranked number 7 with the DAK, hailing from Canada. Casting this one with me is my boy Fredsch. I will post a link down to his channel below and a video he just posted on the new DAK meta. Havoc doesn't use it. He has a little bit of a different take on it, but it's still a fantastic game either way. So without further ado, let's get to it. On the west end here, at the bottom of the screen in blue, we have Seocheon or Seo, who is not going to run the meta Pathfinder spam build as we see him go double assault engineer out the gate. And opposite him in red, playing as the DAK, is Havoc, who has not apparently seen your video yet, Fred, because he's building Panzer Grenadiers. So just real quick shout out, my co-caster Fred just published a video with Orange Pest where he talks about the new DAK meta. So what do you have to, I'll let you promo that here for a minute while these guys are getting set up.
So, well, I saw Orange Pest play this video, and I casted one of his games. And, well, I thought this is an interesting build, and he said it was pretty, that it could be a really good build, and maybe even meta for at least this patch. Mm-hmm. So I thought, okay. After that, I saw like Sovereign also used this build because he wanted to try it as well, and he also had a good result. So I was like, okay, let's just try something else and just make a build video about it.
Yeah.
And I kind of tried that. My hand did it. Cost me a lot of time. It was a lot more research than just doing a cast.
Yeah,
and I like to do some video editing on that as well. So it was really fun. But
that's something that I didn't realize until we got into casting and started making some videos. Casting is actually relatively low time investment. Like playing is the lowest, right? And then casting, there's a little bit of extra stuff you got to do. But then some of these like compilation videos, strategy videos are a lot of work.
Definitely. Yeah, big respect to Reddish Planet Cromwell for that. So yeah,
and like Tightrope with his patch videos, like I can tell you that's like weeks worth of work. So I don't think he sleeps when patches come out.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just Tightrope as well. It's just so much.
So this is kind of an interesting opener. So we see armored for Seo, 2 assault engineers, weapon support center, HMG, and then we see kind of a good, I would say is like the last patch meta with DAK, but from Havoc, but it's a really balanced build that can be effective in the right hands, and Havoc is obviously an excellent player. So you see 2 Panzer Grenadiers, Crouchitson, 250 with the Pioneer, and he's just basically trying to use the vehicles to avoid bleed and take over portions of the map here. He's got this central fuel, which is the most important part. Now you're seeing Seo respond with a bazooka squad. So
he did go for assault grants and into the WSC, and that's pretty interesting because you see the WSC since the last patch, and with like the buffs to the MG as well, it's being used so much more. I like it that he's using the tank traps as the green cover for his units.
Yeah, although on this map it's kind of wonky because some of the tank traps are like part of the point, at least with the victory point. So it's like it's almost like a trick. Like only he knows what are the real tank traps. Ooh, big hits onto the 250, and that HMG, the 30 cal knocks it out. So good pickup there. I know everyone's thankful that the rifleman spam has been mitigated, but what do you think about, in particular, the 1919 with the damage reduction when it's set up?
Ooh, I haven't used it much myself. I feel like it's now way better than it used to be because it was kind of a meme before.
Yeah.
And so maybe maybe I don't know if it's really too strong or if it's in a good position, but otherwise I think it's in a way better position than it was. And I kind of hope that we can get like a place where you don't go either, like because I think in Relic's videos you had like tier 1A and tier 1B, where the WSC was tier 1B. So I kind of hope you go for both instead of like one or the other.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
but
the
it's
good
also
news
cool
is-
to
Go ahead.
because it's like tier 1A or tier 1B. I hope it's like both are on par, and now you see like the WSC being used way more than the than the infantry sports center or the normal one. So I'm kind of interested to see, because now I don't see much rifles anymore, or at least at my level I see them, and I haven't seen much games because I was making video. But
Yeah, I kind of wonder, because like I feel like everybody saw the patch notes and immediately was like, you know what, no more rifles. And the HMG has been so good, combined with the scouts and the pathfinders, and they bleed a lot less in terms of actual like reinforcement cost. But the USF, right, there's no real reason to not go barracks and weapons support center. They're both like 10 fuel apiece. So it's,
yeah,
that's the one faction where you can tech like that. Although actually, like, the changes they made to the side tech with DAK has made that more appealing. Brits, you have to tech linearly. So it's really only Wehrmacht that is now dissuaded from building all their buildings.
oh yeah, that's the thing with the Wehrmacht. It kind of was like also like as with the USF, it was like an option. You go or one or the other. So I don't mind that you don't go both in that. And kind of for the USF, it's kind of the same as well, because technically they want to have 3 tiers for like every faction, but like the USF and the Wehrmacht both have like a second option for 1 tier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So really interesting. Seo has taken the fight to Havoc around this central field point. And these assault engineers have done a good job with the flamethrower, forcing the Panzer Grenadiers out of cover. And that's the problem, I think, with the Panzer Grenadiers in the early stage of the game. One, they're bleeding. Like, you saw this mine just dropped a couple models. And DAK is really manpower sensitive. But they don't scale until you really get the veteran squad leaders, you get the LNG. Like, they need a lot of investment. And late game, they're very, very good. So Havoc has responded now. He has assault grenadiers out. And I'm checking his tech here. So he's gone fire support elements. And oh, it's because it counts as the same. So
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you tag one, you tag both.
Yeah, and it just counted both of them. I for a second was like, oh man, he already has tier 3 out, but now these assault grenadiers on the half track, engineers caught a little bit out of position here, but not really dropping too many models. Hopefully just farming some veterancy, because assault grenadiers the 2509, nice.
Oh, yeah.
With the combat half tracks. And really only counter here are these bazookas. Now the downside is the assault grenadier is not doing a lot of damage. Oh, here they go. The assault disembark, 3 grenades.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
But bad scatter
not much
on the
damage.
grenades. Yeah. Really unlucky.
I feel like that was because of that ability though, because normally even I don't think were they in cover, because those nades should do the extra damage when people are in cover.
It looked to me like the nades went off a little bit behind the MG, like almost like he expected it to retreat faster. Oh, scouts take a lot of damage from the crowd shoots and tracer fire. And the assault grenadiers, now they won't get the pickup, and now the assault grenadiers have a real dangerous retreat path. Luckily, they're going through the smoke here.
Yeah, but the MG is it's not set.
It's not facing the right way, so he's going to get away. And now here comes the rest of the DAK push. A healthy 2509, flak filling, and some Panzer Grenadiers.
What I found out as well was that the reinforcement cost of these assault grenadiers is 1 cheaper than of the Panzer Grants.
Really?
Yeah, so the assault grants are like cheaper to reinforce than that the normal ones are.
Yeah,
I thought it was the opposite.
That's a big buff to them, right? Like with the reinforcement cost being so high across the board, like a change in like 1 manpower per model can really change the effectiveness of some of these units. And yeah, you see these poor Panzer Grenadiers just really struggling. Havoc looks like he's gone Italian infantry, so the Guastatori commander. Meanwhile, Seo has unlocked the Scott. Well, you're not really seeing.
I'm interested to see where he goes, because with the USF lately going for the WSC and having a sniper at their disposal, like Ghost are not what you want to go, especially not on a big map like this, because yeah, the sniper is just gonna pick you off and it's gonna cost you a lot of models.
Well, I mean,
and a
you
lot
see,
of
he's got the command points to unlock the Ghostatori, but he hasn't. So I think if he was prioritizing that, he would have done that. So he's probably got something else in mind.
Ooh, 259.
Yeah,
almost
big
goes
hit
down.
on the 250, backs up, but the extra range on the Zoots. Yeah,
Yeah, it picks it up.
good pickup. That's big.
I think, yeah, that's because the Panzerpios went for embarking, so the 259 stood still.
Oh man, that's a little tilting. Scott on the field. I don't know if he's seen his Pack 38 in the back yet. Assault Grenadiers on the flank. They throw the grenades, but the machine gun's already moved, and it's supported by a second machine gun.
Oh yeah, Havoc wanted to flank with the flag gun, but the flag gun hit the mine near the high muni on the beach.
Oh yeah, so he's backed away.
Yeah.
And now the Scott here. Man, this Scott is just gonna bleed, especially these Panzer Grenadiers, even more as they want to play in cover and stay static, and the Scott is gonna move around and bombard. Panzer Grenadiers gonna challenge. And actually, like, the map has been split pretty evenly. VP's pretty even. KD very much in Havoc's favor, but it has to be for DAK to win. And so it's probably not enough, right? It's basically a 2-to-1, considering...
oh, you know what the mine was? It was a big mine!
Oh, that flak filling?
Yeah, it was a big mine. He already tagged the munition surplus.
No.
I was like, why did that get so much damage?
It's the demo package. The big mine, I think, would have one-shot that flak filling.
Oh, I think it's... But it was so much damage.
Oh no, this crowd shoots in. Oh. Somehow the round from the Scott doesn't knock out a motorcycle. Oh, only Company of Heroes things.
Oh, the second one does.
Oh, wow. As soon as I looked away, nice shot. Man, Havoc just getting some like bad dice rolls with some of his vehicles, right? Even that, the flak filling eats 2 bazooka shots, is now back to half health. He's got to be careful. Engineers here putting down some more mines. That's the other upside to having these assault engineers, right? I think the standard engineers for USF they're just a little bit slow and underpowered. But the assault engineer upgrade gives them a little bit more staying power, a little bit more DPS, but then you still have these guys rolling around the map, planting mines, laying wire, laying tank traps, and just generally being a nuisance. And if you've got the APM to make use of it, they are really, really valuable.
Yeah, but that's kind of what you miss, right, with USF. If you just go normal opening, because you have the scouts, you don't have like the ability to place anything. Yeah, Panzerpios dropped 2 models as well.
Yeah, those and they're lucky, right? Because they came in with only 2 models.
Oh, you lost only 1.
Yeah,
and
they very well could have been wiped by that mine. All right, so Panzer III hits the field here for Havoc. So he has skipped tier 3. Yeah, this is a very balanced, very meta DAK build. And it's kind of cool to see like how it fares against the USF Armored Battlegroup in this patch. And we kind of thought the USF Armored had taken some hits in its viability in the recent kind of updates, right? Like the changes to light vehicle costs. We're going to see a Chaffee. That's a lot of fuel investment just to get a Chaffee out. He's got an AT gun as well, I suppose. I feel like Havoc really needs healing as well. Because you see, like, a lot of his squads are showing up at, like, partial health, and that's just going to make them bleed even harder.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You kind of need a metric, or at least you need your 250, especially for the early game, because that's a good way to heal your low health models.
Yeah, and he's had a couple of them, and they've both been knocked out by a single bazooka squad.
I really like how Seo does this. With playing a lot of mines is really devastating for the deck, because you just keep bleeding your models. As you can see as well in the model, like the model bleed on the top side.
Yeah.
Where he lost a lot of models already, and that's kind of what you don't want with.
Oh, this Chaffee.
Expensive.
Pack 38 whiffs. Panzer III will get the kill. So that's a big pickup for Havoc. Now,
yeah, that's nice.
Assault engineers and the captain push up, but aren't able to force away the Pack 38. Well, force it away, but not clear it. Man, they're just not taking any damage from these Panzer Grenadiers, though. I don't know if that's the height advantage or just bad luck for Havoc.
I don't know as well.
Sometimes RNGs just is not on your side.
Yeah. I don't know if... Let me check. VSL is not being used yet. Only vehicle survival package.
Yeah, and no infantry survivability.
So yeah, you also lack one model on the Panzer Pios, and it also gives some extras, right? So.
Now here's the flak for Ling. The Zooks are in the back, so he's got to be careful. Now Havoc, or excuse me, Seo has not upgraded the rockets on the bazookas, which makes sense. If you only have one squad of them and you've got AT guns, and now he's also building his tier 4, it's not as necessary. But as the DAK vehicles start to get the survival package emergency repair kits, another mine goes off.
Oh yeah, lots of mines.
Yeah, everywhere. And only one Panzer, or no, he got a second Panzer Pioneer out. I imagine they're probably like, he's like, yeah, I got him so I could tech minesweepers, but he doesn't have them on him yet.
Yeah, but Seo has so much munitions as well, just because he doesn't need to go for the bars, so you just have to spare. He also did have a lot of muni control, like, and this map is just really resources rich, right? Like every point is almost like a double.
Another mine, yeah. And now we see the minesweeper package coming on the those other Panzer Pioneers. But yeah, you're exactly right. And the armored battle group doesn't have that many munitions sinks. Oh my god.
Another mine. He places them on some pretty interesting points, like near the edges.
Yeah.
He also does it on the top here as well. It's just if your units hug the wall, you're gonna get hit by a mine.
Yeah, it's almost like he knows that Havoc is smart, and maybe uses the TAC map a lot. So he's putting the mines on paths where like the AI, like weird places where the AI would send units if you're traversing them from one side of the field to the other, right? Like along the corners, like right there, that mine right there.
yeah, that one. That was one.
Like that's not a normal spot that I would think to put a mine. Oh,
no, definitely not.
Backs up, and this is the big change. Now that it doesn't suppress when it's moving, it can't, like in the past you would just back away and continue to suppress the Zook squad. You can't do that anymore. Oh, Scott almost goes down to the Pack 38, so it's forced to back away.
That zone looks good enough for us. Get to it.
And these Zooks, they're gonna, looks like they're gonna try to set up here for a cheeky shot on this flak.
This is pretty interesting. Oh, well, there was the wall.
Yeah, there was an
interesting position.
Oh, big hits on the flak filling. Another Zook, it's got to get out of there, maybe hold fire.
Yeah, assault grenadiers are enclosed on the team weapons as well.
Here's the Stuka.
Oh, that's a good hit.
Huge. Oh, some friendly fire, but huge hits, and the machine gun.
Oh, there goes another mine.
Oh, they've got to knock out this AT gun.
Oh, yeah, there goes. Oh, this is a good pickup there.
AT gun cleared, but now the Hellcat's here. Yeah, maybe the P-Grants come up for this. Oh, they don't have enough for the snare, and they hit another mine.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Mines, man.
And these assault engineers just gonna tear through them. Oh, Hellcat smokes that Panzer III.
Oh man, some really good defenses here by. I mean, there was a good push, but the mines just kind of saved the CO here.
Yeah, and the Panzer Grenadiers get wiped by the assault engineers here on this munitions point. So, like, honestly, huge pickups for Seo here. Getting the P3, flag filling still alive, but getting that infantry squad. You look at the army composition of the pop cap. Actually, the pop cap looks about the same. That might be a little bit of the armor battle group upgrades there.
Yeah, but that's always the thing, kind of with the deck. Their units are just really expensive, like pop cap wise. So.
Yeah, well, and the other problem, the Panzer Grenadiers, like you need them to survive to the late game because they benefit so much from veterancy, from veteran squad leaders, from the late game upgrades. So bringing out a vanilla P-Grand squad now is just not going to do what you need it to do. He is forced to repair his flak filling again. The bazooka squads, I don't know if it was just the changes to veterancy or what, but much more of a hard counter. to the flak furling than they were, it feels like, at least in previous patches.
Yeah, I think this was the case already when they got the extra range.
Yeah.
I don't know if how the veterancy upgrades kind of did some extra. They do get penetration, weapon accuracy on that too.
Oh,
They do get that, but they get health at Vet 1 as well, 15 health. I don't know if that's
that
that's a
probably
change.
helps them stand in there significantly.
Yeah,
A, a lot of the
yeah.
support weapons get that now. At Vet 1, they get a health boost.
Scott is so annoying as well. Just at the range, it's really good if you can micro it to just chunk some damage at you.
Yeah, I mean, look at
And also with the utility as well.
using the sight blocker, lobbing rounds over the wall, using smoke, using white phosphorus.
Yeah.
And the walking Stuka onto that engineer here, just really unfortunate scatter on the barrage. And so, yeah, he just needs a couple more hits so we can get Vet 1 and he can start spamming the creeping barrage as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, these Panzer Pioneers just pinched through multiple American units. Another P3 on the field coming up to support, as well as the flak furling. He's got to watch out for that Hellcat though.
It ain't shit. Keep firing.
Yeah, and for the mines. I think those are more.
Oh, target
Those are more
getting
annoying,
marked
yeah.
vehicle from the captain on this P3, so that forces it away
nice.
immediately.
Yeah, good choice to go marked vehicle here against the DAK. Instead of the mortars. Barrage. Oh, so many mines being
So
placed. I'm just looking
many
around.
Mines. Oh my
Every-
gosh.
Yeah, and just
Oh,
with the munition surplus as well, it just doesn't cost much. And all these tank traps as well. Some really good defenses everywhere for Seo.
well, so Havoc saw this mine, he threw a grenade on it, but it didn't penetrate, so it didn't knock it out. Oh man.
Taking the point, but receiving enemy
Unlucky.
Well, Fleck doing good damage from the assault grenadiers. Oh, there goes the Hellcat, whiffs the first shot.
The flag 36 is an interesting choice here. Is he just hoping, you think, to like lock down part of the map?
Ooh, yeah, he could do that, but like the Flak 88 also benefits from the prepared positions, right? It just gets like
HMG and a mine cleared by the so good walking Stuka barrage. Finally, some good RNG for Havoc here.
so the prepared positions gives like the Flak 88 7 vision range and minus 33% incoming damage as well.
That is really strong. Yeah. And then if he's able to park it over here between these two VPs, it does so much damage that it's going to basically force Seo to reconsider any pushes.
We're losing our capture point.
But Seo has finally flipped the script a little bit. He's got Havoc on the back foot, on like 400 to 200 VPs. Walking Stuka has finally hit Vet 1, so Havoc wants to start really spamming those barrages he can.
Oh yeah. I see the walking Stuka being used more in 1v1s as well. I like that. Oh, another mine.
Yeah. They're still everywhere.
Oh yeah, they are.
What was that tech?
You gotta be really scared when moving anywhere on the map because you know there are lots of mines.
Oh, now we're seeing Seo's investing in survival training.
Close it in.
I like this for those engineers. Because with the flamethrowers, they can just contest some of these team weapons. Alright, here's the Flak 36 on the field here.
I mean, yeah.
Engineers pushing, getting suppressed by the flak filling. Zooks come up behind. Finally, the P3's armor bouncing with the shots. Hellcat on the flank.
Oh.
Flak 36 responds, and that Hellcat's like, yeah, I don't want any of this.
No. You don't want any of that. Yeah, that's the kind of the thing what you have with like a map like Twin Beaches is you can sit on this map and then you can just hold on for pretty long.
Yeah.
You can just hold one VP. And it's pretty hard to hold like two VPs, or if you have like a small army like the DAK has, or more central army, it's just really hard to contest both of these VPs.
Yeah. Yeah, the two on one side, one on the other side setup makes for some longer and more grinded out games for exactly that reason.
Yeah.
So Havoc trying to do some work on the Scott. Instead, he's going to find the Easy 8 with the Pack 38. And it looks like Havoc's starting to claw back some map control here. Nice smoke from the Scott. And a second P3 now for Havoc. So it looks like he's going to try to swarm. Kind of go for like a hammer and anvil approach here, right? So put the Flak 36 up on one side of the map. And then use his P3s to contest the other side.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. If you go rapid advance as well, you can just sit on the VP and capture it. Pretty easy, right? So
for sure, he definitely just needs to avoid bleeding manpower for a little bit so he can start to grab these upgrades.
Was a good hit by the Easy 8.
Yeah, and then a couple of good hits from the Pack 38 and the P3. So the Easy 8 force back.
Yeah, you kind of want to move your Panzer Pioneers up with the bulk of your army just to disable all those mines.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for a second, I had the Flak 36 icons lined up miraculously overhead. I thought he built a second one. I was like, what a madman.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh man, good smoke onto the Pack 38, Hellcat, Easy 8. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, Easy 8 and the 57 mil doing a lot of damage to this this P3, and so Seo gonna retake the north side of the map here. Look at these. He's got MG, he's got AT gun, he's got a Scott. So he actually has
the second Easy 8.
Yeah, really solid hold over there.
He didn't go for the rapid. No, he did go for the Pac-Man steel. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, he didn't go for the rapid production.
No, he went strength and steel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be really annoying for Havoc in the late game.
Yeah, he's got another Easy 8 coming. That's a lot. The Scott, the Hellcat, 2 Easy 8s, and then look at all these team weapons. Army composition really balanced and really challenging to deal with when it's microed well.
Yeah, and look at like both armies. Havoc is like Havoc is pop capped.
Yeah, well, he finally has emergency repair kits, right? So now that'll speed up getting his vehicles back on the field to get the extra 80 health. Man, these assault engineers just doing so much damage and not taking a ton of suppression. Here we go, finally.
No, especially not in the green cover behind the...
So it looks like we're going to see an armor engagement on the flank here, and this is dangerous for both because whoever loses is going to be at risk of getting run down. One Easy 8 takes a shot from the Flak 36. Oh, they focus the Hellcat. Oh no, don't repair now, Mr. Pioneer. Oh.
Ooh. P3 is going down. Maybe one more shot?
No, he pops the smoke.
It's getting blocked by his own unit. Ooh.
Yeah, attack round through the smoke, but it does whiff. This Pioneer is done though, absolutely done. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know what the Pack 36 is doing.
Yeah.
Why is it standing against the wall there?
It's fine.
Oh, there you go. Now he's moving up. Yeah, there you go. Smokes by the Scott again, so you just push through and then you're just gonna get murdered and no support things can help you out.
Where's the walking Suka coming? Oh, clears another mine. Wow, look at that. The damage reduction.
He didn't get any damage from his own mine.
Yeah, and he also took a lot of damage but didn't drop a model. The Easy 8, the Hellcat. Pack 38
Smoke is still lingering though.
Oh, the Hellcat balances a Pack 38 shot. And more smoke from the Scott, this time in the form of white phosphorus.
Oh,
wow,
man.
really good Scott micro. And Havoc now is just stuck. He's got one VP, but he needs a second. And every time he tries to set up, Seo is just there with the nice combined arms force. This is tough. Now he's just mining up the entire north side of the map.
Yeah, he can just take that. I mean, that's the problem, especially with DAK on this map. It's just because you're really early pop capped, and like the USF just has way more units here.
Yeah, the strength in steel. So now all of these vehicles have less pop cap, so he can fit more of them in his build. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Havoc at 91 pop. I think it looks like he's taking his time investing in a little bit of tech.
He went for an M3.
Yeah, he still hasn't done armored reserves, which I think he's floating so much fuel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank God Pioneers show up to find the mine. The captain annihilated.
Yeah, there you go.
Now here comes the Easy 8 and the Hellcat. The flak filling now in some danger. And
nice smoke by the assault grenadiers.
Yeah, Seo's gonna. Oh, those Panzer Pioneers. Seo's rebuilding the captain. Where is this barrage coming in?
Yeah, on the MG, but the MG's already.
Unfortunately, kind of a wasted barrage there.
Yeah, big shatter as well on the barrage.
Yeah, it's one of those. Oh, another mine. Now the vehicle's got to back out with the engine crit. Yeah, it doesn't look like Seo could try to pounce, but it doesn't look like he's going to. I think he's content. He knows he's holding this VP.
And he doesn't need to. And Havoc is just being boxed in by mines everywhere. So everywhere he tries to do anything. Oh, rapid advance is being decked because now the P3 is getting the bottom VP.
Yep.
With the new changes to the decapping speed, it's going pretty fast.
Yep. So Havoc has bought himself some time there. The Assault Grenadiers forced away. Oh, the Obiche 305 barrage coming in on this other VP. I don't know if Seo saw it. Scouts annihilated with the first hit. Mines triggered.
Yeah, on the bottom side, the P3 is holding the VP, and the PAC 88. The PAC 88 is shooting at the
support. Wow, nice. And man, some good scatter on the hits here at the Obiche barrage initially. Then some worse luck. Oh, the 57mm almost goes down.
Oh yeah, Havoc is in control of 2 VPs almost.
Yeah, so flag filling pushed off, but Havoc gonna be able to grab this southwestern VP and buy himself just a little bit of time here. He's got 38 VPs left, or tickets, whatever. I know some of the language that I use is duplicative, and I apologize, but also, like, you know what I mean.
Definitely.
Seo floating a ton of resources. He's just pop capped. Oh, he got the quad 50. Which is an interesting choice, because the Guasatori commander doesn't have any air abilities, but until that Obiche barrage came in, there hasn't really been an indicator that Havoc chose Italian infantry. So maybe he was expecting the armored loiter and having to potentially deal with that, which is smart if you're in control of the game. Oh wow, these Vet 3 bazookas hitting every shot. Oh my god.
They have 35% extra rate of fire as well when reaching Vet 3, so they're gonna shoot pretty fast as well.
God, their brains are mush. I don't know if you ever shot a bazooka, but it is not a fun experience. It's sort of just be shooting over and over and over again. Oh man.
I haven't shot a bazooka. It's on my to-do list though.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? So, a couple of times it's fun. 7 shots in a span of like 30 seconds, probably not good for your long-term mental health.
I can't imagine.
All right, P3. I don't know if they're trying. I guess they're trying to lure him in a little bit. The 57mm is going to take a hit. Oh, walking Stuka comes in. This is really well played by Havoc. Will he get the hits he needs? Captain gone again.
Almost decrued CMG as well. Get the
P3. But now the Vet 3 Zook squad moves up. P3. No. Don't overcommit, man. Pop that smoke. Get out of there. On the opposite side, so Seo has retained the North VP. Oh, the creeping barrage. Yeah, the doubled up barrage here. So good area denial tool in this case. Actually, good hits. Oh, that MG took a lot of damage.
Yeah, but there's no follow-up, so it's gonna sit there. Not in green cover though.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's getting that
Sometimes
defensive,
that's so
this
weird.
damage reduction bonus though.
Yeah, but
And the 57 mil. Nice use of the P3 to block the cap. Oh no, the flak filling. Get out of there, bud.
Needs to get away. Oh, it's setting up again. Just outside of the range. But yeah, no follow-up again. P3 needs to get on there, because if he loses this, that's probably game.
Oh man, this one P3 like puts his rear armor towards enemy, which is not advisable. Seo, he's got his clump of vehicles here. I wonder, he's like happy to take this VP with the MG. Another barrage from the walking Stuka.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's a
couple big hits.
Short cooldown.
Well, because he was combining it, so he used the creeping barrage and then on different cooldowns.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Assault grenadier, oh nice, they clear the mine. The quad 50's up here, and there's really nothing, no anti-vehicle to support, and actually now this big swarm of allied armor coming. Well, I guess
they are looking for an opportunity to. I guess you should just go around the flank, but yeah, there are mines there, so he doesn't know that. It's a bit risky, but
yeah. Good smoke from the Scott again to keep the Pack 38 and the Flak 36 from firing, and we're going to continue to trade this VP. And then in the north, Assault Grenadier is potentially capping as well, even though the Quad 50 is shooting at them.
He doesn't use the smoke though. Maybe he already used it.
Registered artillery coming in, so that'll hold this VP just a little bit longer. Yeah, Havoc really needs munitions though. He is spending them like crazy, and he needs all his abilities. Oh no! The mine hits both vehicles!
Oh man, that's so unfortunate. They did get the...
Yeah, they get the HMG. But if the Easy 8s push here, both of these P3s are in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the flak
is also in trouble.
Oh, it's just gonna get. Oh my gosh, the 57 mil. Here we go, another barrage.
Already barraging though. I think that's.
Oh, going for the AT gun clears it. Even just knocking the veterancy out on that is huge. Seo recapping the North VP, so we're going to continue to see Assault Engineers and Assault Grenadiers challenge each other here. Havoc will hold on, or at least prevent the cap for now. Yeah.
You would say that Assault Grenadiers should win this fight, especially when reaching Fed 2, but yeah, the quad mount is gonna...
Yeah, the quad 50 is definitely going to change
hitting Fed 3 there.
The med truck, is he clearing cap space?
I think so.
Yeah, he just sent the med truck to its death.
I think he is, but he doesn't have. Oh, he does have armored reserves, but yeah, he still needs more cap space.
And he's getting another P3. Interestingly enough.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
He's got.
I don't know how far he is for the armored reserves to call in something.
Yeah, both players have tons of resources at this point. Almost maybe. I would almost think like P4, something a little hardier if you need something else, because obviously you don't have the cap for a Tiger unless you throw something else away.
Let me check if it's up. No, he did. It just didn't have the resource. He did have resources for P4.
Yeah, especially if he stops building this P3.
Oh no, he didn't. He doesn't. He just doesn't have pop cap because you get an assault squad as well.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He saves him more pop cap than the Tiger.
Oh, AT gun decrewed and then destroyed by the walking Stuka and the Pack 38. White phosphorus on this VP. But the P3 is going to stay here, heal in the white phosphorus and cap.
Seo is gonna get more AT guns.
Yeah.
But it feels really weird though for me, because as a cost, I have to say as a cost, but it feels like he has the armored power to just roll over. But
look at this. This is the push. Seo is done with playing the VP game.
Oh man.
So med
satchel.
No,
you saw that satchel? You saw the satchel on the Flak 88? On the Flak 88, it just didn't get much damage. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna win this Havoc maybe.
2 P3s gone.
Where's the Flak 88 going?
Oh no, Flak 88 kills the Scott.
Scott. Oh nice.
Pack 38 could pick up the quad mount here. No, Pack 38 gets cleared. Holy
what a chaotic
cow.
fight.
Oh, another satchel coming in on the Flak 88, and that is gone.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So big push there from Seo.
There's a P4.
Crazy trays on both sides, yeah. So 2 P3s flak filling, walking Stuka, flak 88 traded for a Scott and 2 Easy 8s. But considering that Seo has 2 more Easy 8s immediately getting built, I think
it's ridiculous.
I think that he's going to come out ahead here. Another satchel knocks out the Pack 38 decrewed. Oh no. Quad 50 destroyed by the P3.
There goes the P4 with the assault squad. That's really interesting. I saw this more often, but it doesn't get assault disembarked when they go hop off like the P4.
I didn't realize that. I thought
no. I think it's only the nades were already
so late.
cute.
Oh man, without that Flag 36 in the back though, this Easy 8's going to be a problem. Especially
and he went for the MG as well.
Oh, Pioneers take a big hit while trying to repair. Assault Grenadiers could go down here. They're overextended a little bit.
Oh, P3 with very low health is going down on the top side against the
yeah. P3
so this is probably the...
Was that a mine that knocked it out? Probably.
No. The AT gun.
Oh, in the back there. Yep, I see it. Another P3 being built, but now trading P3s and Easy 8s. The Easy 8s are going to win that. One more shot here. P4 knocked out. Panzer Pioneers cleared, and Havoc's going to surrender.
Yeah.
Okay, starting with Havoc's build order here. So obviously Panzer Pioneers, Gradschützen, Panzer Grenadiers, 250 half track, and then a second squad of Panzer Grenadiers before Tech and the Light Support Company. This is a pretty standard, like balanced build from that you saw a lot in the last patch from really high level players. What I like about this build is it has a little bit of everything, but it really requires a really talented player to keep units in the right position and make the most of it. From there, he techs fire support elements because he primarily wants the flak filling out, which makes sense given Seocheon's approach to the assault engineers. So I like that. And he doesn't really have to worry about snares. And he does want to control the US forces spreading around the map with the scouts and engineers. Then he techs combat half tracks. This is something that like I'm seeing a lot more now. I'm sure the high level players are always doing it. It's really valuable because it provides extra armor and health to the half tracks, even if you don't go for the 259 conversion. Then he brings in the assault mechanized group, right? Using the assault disembark with the assault grenadiers there, the upgraded half tracks. So that can be really, really potent when used well. And then he chooses the Italian infantry battle group. And what's really interesting here is he doesn't choose anything. He doesn't make use of the abilities until late in the game. So he knows what he has available, but he doesn't give anything away to his opponent, which actually causes Seocheon to invest in a quad 50 late, but there's no loiter in play. So pretty cool, pretty smart choice there. He converts one of his half tracks in the 250/9. It's not super effective, but I think it was a good idea. It just got kind of caught out there. Gets the Pack 38 out. And then we start to see the transition to the late game here. So vehicle survival package, tier 4, gets his first Panzer 3, ends up getting 3 of them towards the end of the game. Another squad of Panzer Pioneers. He really needs the sweepers to deal with the mines, the 2.5-ton med truck. Then the walking Stuka, while he'd built one Panzer 3, he lost it, gets another one, but he gets the walking Stuka before. And I really like this. And this patch is very strong when you're dealing with the MGs, the AT guns. It's a really, really smart choice. The problem is the further away you are from the target, the more scatter there is in the shot. So there is still a fair amount of RNG, which can be frustrating when the hits really don't go your way. The other thing he does that's really interesting is that Flak 36. It does a lot of work for him before it gets eventually knocked out in that big push at the end. But really smart choice and not something that I think you normally see in 1v1s. Other tech here, the emergency repair kits, armored reserves, rapid advance. He builds a mechanized support company late in the game. I don't really know why. If I get a chance, I'll ask him. And then he calls in a Panzer IV assault group right at the end of the game there. Looking at, like I said, the way he played the battle group, he kind of keeps his cards close to his chest. So he chooses the emplacements, the team weapon, kind of defensive bonus there, the Obice barrage, the Guastatori, which he doesn't call in, the registered artillery, and the towed howitzer, the Canona. He does use both of the artillery call-ins, and then that protection for the team weapons, defensive positions. That's really valuable, especially for the Flak 36 there. And I think that's one of the reasons it survives as long as it does, the damage reduction that it gets. So good choices here. I like the style of play. And now we'll take a look at Seocheon's build. Okay, so he goes scouts, armored battle group, double assault engineers right away. I like this because he knows what he wants to do, but he's not like spamming the engineers, but it gives him so much utility, which we see throughout the game. Weapon support center, 2 HMGs and a Zook squad. The machine guns, the American machine guns right now are really good, right? The 20% damage reduction that they get when they're set up, even without veterancy, is very, very strong. I have my own personal opinions on whether damage reduction should be used as a mechanic. But either way, right now against DAK, because they don't have any good answers for early MGs, I think it's really powerful, especially with the Zook squad to protect you from the 250 with a flamethrower in it. And he goes infantry support center, munitions surplus, and you can tell he's ready to use this to reduce the cost of laying mines down. He builds a motor pool, really gets an AT gun and a chaffee out from it. The more impactful choice that he makes is when he calls in the M8 Scott. He uses this thing to perfection. This is like fantastic Scott play across the board. Gets a 3rd assault engineer squad off, then goes tank depot, gets a Hellcat out initially. He's dealing with the Flak for laying, the Panzer III. So I think this is smart, especially after the chaffee basically showed up and then immediately died. And then from here on out, it's really easy 8 Shermans. He does tech the infantry survivability training when he's like pop capped. Also really smart. You just give your guys extra HP, reduce the cooldown on their abilities. I think this makes sense. The advanced logistics, not as necessary, primarily because resources were really not an issue for him throughout the late game. Like I said, he is kind of duped into building a quad 50 later. It doesn't do a whole lot for him, and there's no loiter for it to shoot down. And then towards the end of the game, he kind of throws a big dive in, loses his easy 8s, but he has so many resources, he can pretty much immediately build them back. So pretty good build here. I like the balance again, high level play, knowing where to keep your units, and then the micro to keep those assault engineers planting mines all game. Really, really awesome. Battle group approach, obviously, assault engineers, goes strength and steel, gets the Scott, gets the field repairs, which he uses fairly well a couple times in the game, gets War Machine, and then the Easy 8 production unlocked there. All right, I'm back here with Fred. Fred, what did you take away from this one, man?
Ooh, definitely the mines. I mean, Seo just... He placed so many mines. Also, like that's the thing with the USF, right? When you go for the assault engineers, then you and especially on a map like Twin Beaches with a lot of munitions, if you have control of it, you can you should use it. And he really did. Placed some mines at some really interesting points.
Yeah,
and Havoc really struggled with pushing, at least pushing and kind of punishing Seo, because every time we tried to push and punish him, he kind of hit a mine and then lost models or engine crit with the vehicle, and should be so frustrating.
Yeah, you know, it was funny because it almost seemed deliberate because he chose the munitions package, like the reduced munitions. So
pretty early on
the build.
already.
Yeah, and then with those assault engineers just kind of crawling around everywhere, doing really, really good work. It's something, I think it's a good counter to DAK builds in general, right? Because usually the first Panzer Pioneer guys get a flamethrower on it because it's so useful in forcing units out of cover. And so then you, like, when you start hitting all these mines, you definitely need, all right, now I got to build a second Panzer Pio. Now I need the 45 munis for the Minesweeper. Now I got to keep it out in front of my vehicles, which makes DAK less dynamic. Right. And then like your, build that you highlighted the other day, there's a lot of vehicle play, right? Like 2 Krodschützen or 250 going for the 8 rods. The strength of that build is the mobility and the speed. And so now if you have to slow down and throw a Minesweeper in front of you every time you try to move around the map, it really throws a huge wrench in your game plan.
Yeah, that's the most annoying part, right? Because the DAK is kind of being designed on being mobile with your units and with your light vehicles and medium vehicles. So you kind of want to be and especially on a map like Twin Beaches, because it's a pretty big map.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of want to be all over the place, but it's really hard to do so if you hit the mine every time, and your sweeper can't be everywhere.
Yeah, and some of the mine placement, like we were talking about in the game, like kind of like along the walls or at corners. So as Havoc is trying to flank a machine gun, he runs into a mine, he loses 2 models. And then some of the like the crossing route mines, that placement's really, really cool too, because you saw like, oh, P3 is trying to flank and hits a mine, and then the one at the end there where they both take a mine, and they actually end up escaping briefly. Man, units clumped up together. Yeah.
Yeah, also with early on with the flag as well. It just hit the mine. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, and that
should be so frustrating.
That's another unit that you need to be able to move around the map to kind of help you manage that map control. Speaking of which, the Zooks. One Zook squad, from Seo. I mean, MVP of this match, like hands down, with the number of early kills, the 250s, the crouches, just constantly forcing away some of the lighter DAK armored units. Man, that thing was huge.
Definitely. It's just really hard, but when getting into green cover and having the extra range, it's just a little bit shorter than the flag range, but yeah, how much often do you really get in the ideal range with your flag against like the Zooks? Because most of the time you micro it, but you want to micro it backwards, so you don't really have access to going attack movement then.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty hard.
No, that's a great point. I was about to say the same thing, right? When you micro it well, you reverse move it around the map, and because you do that, you don't get the standard I attack move and it stops as soon as it sees an enemy. So yeah, really good point there. There was something else. The only other really big thing that I had, I think Seo won this through like APM alone. I think if we went back and looked at and tracked his stats like StarCraft style, it would be off the charts. Do you remember there was one point in the map in the match and you were like, oh man, he's putting mines down everywhere, and I just on the minimap clicked around to units in 3 or 4 different spots, and they were all emplacing mines. All of them.
Yeah. And also going for engagements as well. That's
and every time the walking Stuka barrage came in, the team weapons were already moving. Just absolutely incredible play. Like his micro was cracked. And on the counterpoint, you got to give Havoc credit for dragging himself back into that game and like forcing Seo to commit to a full-on dive to have any shot at winning. And
that's where the rapid advance also helps, because you can just quickly go with your P3 to the top side and kind of capture it. But it's really hard on like a map as Twin Beaches. It's kind of if you were like playing the DAK and you're being in a corner with like a smaller army, you kind of have to push through the beach, but then you give up all the resources on the top side of the map, and that's kind of hard because you lose just a lot of resources.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it felt like Havoc was strapped for munitions when it was Seo who probably spent 3,000 munitions on mines during the course of the game. So having the munitions upgrade right from the ISC, having access to those plus 16 muni points on the far side of the map for most of the game, huge for Seo.
Definitely.
I know you're short on time. You got anything else from this?
No, I think it's just Twin Beaches overall is just a pretty hard map for DAK. So that's and especially if you have on the other side you have like the USF, because they are pretty good in playing wide. So I think the matchup in total is just pretty hard.
Yeah,
and with all the mines and things, it just was really a really good game by Seo.
Yeah, 100% agree. Right, DAK is manpower starved. And so with this map and the extra resources that it gives a USF player, they're going to tech faster. They're going to have more units on the field, especially with the machine guns. DAK doesn't have a really good early counter for them. So yeah, completely agree. This map definitely favors USF, especially in the current patch. But Fred, thank you for sitting down. If you haven't watched his DAK meta video, go do it. Link is in the description below.
Oh yeah, and try it out. I would love to hear your opinions. I would love to hear your opinions.
I can't wait to play against nothing but people using assault grenadiers and 8 rods for the next 2 months until the next patch comes out. Thank you. Thank you for doing that to me.
Yeah, no problem.
All right,
Thank you
guys.
for inviting me, though. So
Yeah, of course. That's going to do it for us here. We'll see y'all in the next one.